the script a bit, since this doesn't come very naturally to me. So let's all improvise. We can do this. All right. Okay, the meeting is now live on Facebook. Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for joining us today at this introductory. Hello.
Yeah, just a second. I'm just seeing whether it is sharing on the page or not. Nida, I can't see the page. लेकिन मैंने उसको किया page पे ही है.
It is. We can do this. All right. Okay, the meeting is now.
I'm just seeing whether it is sharing.
The meeting is live. I can see it. Guys,
Yes, so
I've just opened up. It's live.
Okay. We can do this. All right. Okay. More than I wanted to share. All right. So now we are starting officially.
Okay, go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this introductory session for the SC Women in Tech program for Pakistan 2021. The call for applications for cohort 3 has just launched a week ago, and we closed this application process on April 24th. The link to apply for this program is www.scwomenintech.com.pk. I'm Nida, Athar, CEO of INNOVentures Global Private Limited. INNOVentures Global is a venture creation and acceleration platform and the implementation partner for the SC Women in Tech program in Pakistan. I will be the program director for this for cohort 3. I'm joined today with Khadija Hashimi from Standard Chartered Bank. Khadija is the head of corporate affairs and brand and marketing at Standard Chartered. Hi, Khadija. Thank you for joining us. She is actually the real champion behind bringing and spearheading the SC Women in Tech program in Pakistan. And along with us is also Wajiha Habib, the co-founder of Orbit, who is not only just an alumni of our cohort 2, but is also one of the winners of our SC Women in Tech grant last year. So I'd like to start this conversation by introducing the program to the community. And by this, I would be talking a little bit about the strategic intent behind this launch by Standard Chartered, why women entrepreneurship, and why technology. This program is aimed at supporting the female-led businesses enabled by technologies. And this is done to align more calls for, for diversity in tech and for creating more opportunities for women to develop their entrepreneurial as well as leadership expertise. The purpose for SC Women in Tech program in Pakistan is to provide support designed to target early to mid-stage women entrepreneurs and women-led ventures from both technology as well as traditional sectors who may benefit from capacity building, from mentoring and grant money to use technology to scale their businesses. Committed to being digital by design, Standard Chartered is fully committed to bringing a digital experience to the founders, not just at their homes, but onto their places of work as well, and to support them, to scale them, and to help them, help create women role models in both technology as well as in business at the local level. The program and its supporting grant of 1.5 million is particularly suited for women businesses who are tech founders, who have traditional businesses, who have built technology, but are looking for some seed grant money to begin marketing to scale. On the other hand, we are also targeting traditional women businesses who have cash flows, who have revenue, but would like to use the grant money to digitize and scale and build the technology so that they can scale faster. I will come back to the structure of the program a bit later on, but before that, I'd now like to focus this conversation a bit around Khadija. Khadija, I would thank you for joining us today. I would now like to direct this conversation to you so that you can shed some light.
Nida.
Thank you. I would now like to, shed some light on how the SC Women in Tech program has grown in the last 2 years.
So thank you so much, Nida. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm very very delighted to have you with us today. And also very delighted that not only do we have also one of our fabulous winners from our last cohort, Wajiha. So thank you, Wajiha, for taking time out. And we felt that it would be a very interesting way for you to gain some real insight into the benefits of the program and how it can actually really impact, you and your business were you to apply for this cohort and be selected to be part of a wonderful group of women in the third year. So just as Nida mentioned, Women in Tech is actually one of our flagship programs. When I mean ours, I mean Standard Chartered's flagship programs globally. And last year, we were actually active in 8 countries. So we are present in a variety of African countries. We're present in Bahrain, UAE, and Pakistan, along with the US, Nigeria, Zambia, Kenya, and Ghana. So we've been active in these markets, and I think Pakistan was the third market to launch this after America and Kenya. And we're very, very proud that even with the pandemic, it did not sway us, it did not stop us. In fact, it enabled us to do even more and really, really use technology and being digital by design helped supported a lot of our female entrepreneurs who otherwise might have been unable to take part in this actual cohort due to travel restrictions or locational restrictions. So what is Women in Tech? So in all of our markets, the program is slightly different depending on the needs of that country and the needs of the female entrepreneurs based in that location. Just in a basic sense, if I was to tell you, our Women in Tech incubators basically support female-led entrepreneurial teams, and we provide them business management training, mentoring, and seed funding. And as Nida mentioned, the idea really is to help support these businesses which want to upscale through technology. That's the fundamental piece of the puzzle. We really want women-led businesses to grow and inshallah, not only grow their revenue streams or their bottom line, but also grow from a perspective of market share in the industry they're in through technology. And the idea behind introducing a program was this basically was to help address the gender disparity, which we see prevalent across technology sectors, and to really help use technology to tackle social challenges that communities face. And I think we've managed to do quite a bit of that. And I think Wajiha, who's joined us, will also sort of talk a bit about her own experience. So part of Future Makers by Standard Chartered, which is our global initiative to tackle inequality and promote economic inclusion, we're very, very proud that we're here again. This is our third year. We've actually grown quite a bit from the year that we started. We've engaged a lot of like-minded women. You might have seen our DVC, which is running on various social channels, which actually pick up on the International Women's Day theme, which is choose to challenge. And we really wanted to focus on this self-doubt that sometimes we all have within ourselves, that we can't actually do it or we can't actually grow any business that we think of. So Nida, I think I'll stop here and go move back to you to see if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Khadija.
Nida, I think you're on mute.
Yes. So Khadija, you talked about how COVID was a challenging aspect for us when we were starting this program in the second run. I'd like to for you to share about at a time when businesses were being impacted economically because of this pandemic. Can you tell us how SC supported these businesses during COVID? There were some examples about businesses who are able to actually scale through the SC support.
Yes, so thank you, Nida. I think one of the great things about us in Pakistan is that I think we're quite agile and we're quite flexible environment. What I think as an organization, our first thought was that we need the program to run. We need to try and adapt and pivot to the best that we can to make sure that we not only support the new businesses that would be part of our cohort 2, but also support our cohort 1 winners. Because just for the benefit of the people on our webinar today, we actually not only our job doesn't end once the seed grant is given. We actually help support these businesses through 6 months after that, because they set up milestones. We want to make sure that the milestones are achieved. The mentoring and the coaching continues to ensure that these businesses are actually able to achieve what they set out to. So one of our concerns was that we want to make sure that perhaps modify or adapt some of their businesses, because some of the models weren't really suited for the new world that we were seeing. Our second priority was that we wanted to ensure that our new cohort 2, would actually continue and there would be no changes, no delays of any matter. So we pivoted our entire program digitally. In fact, all of our sessions, all of the training pieces that took place, and all of the engagements, the jury sessions, the pitch sessions, they were all done through technology such as Zoom and other hybrid platforms, to make sure that we did not actually lag anywhere. And I feel that some of our founders who were in the program really appreciated it, and many of them who might have not been able to venture out, to training rooms or other cities, actually enjoyed it, because from the comfort of their homes, they were able to participate. Just as Nida talked about, businesses having to pivot, I think it's useful for me to share a couple of examples. So, and Nida, please do add in if I'm missing out on some of the key highlights. But just to share, we had a winner of our first cohort called Closet. Now, Closet, fantastic business. Okay, it really intrigued me from the first day I heard their pitch. From me kind of being skeptical to me being like, really born into their idea. But their business was of renting used and pre-loved clothes. And these were designer wear, bridal wear, etc. And obviously with COVID, this kind of rental would not actually have worked. So they were actually struggling based on obviously the drop in the demand. So through the capacity building program, we actually, through our continued support of our founders, we actually introduced them to an idea of design thinking, where they could actually map customer journeys to try and see how they could actually modify or actually change this concept a little bit. So what they decided was that obviously people would need to actually see the clothes, try the clothes. So it started from a physical space that they needed to actually rent out, and also try and help increase marketing, because they had to position their brand slightly. So this is just an example, and perhaps Nida, if you want to give a few more details about how our seed funding really helped them. But that's an example of an existing winner who we were able to support to actually adapt or pivot their own concept slightly at times of COVID. Back to you, Nida.
One of the most interesting part about for Closet also is that despite everything closing down and shrinking, it was able to go from just a 400 square foot from a showroom. It is now about to move into a 4,000 square foot showroom right now. And I'm extremely, in awe of Laiba, how she has been able to manage her business and to grow. And, the whatever little part we have, because at the end of the day, it's the founder's success that we always want to be champions of. And it's just been amazing to be part of her journey throughout. So thank you, Khadija. I also wanted to ask you, what kind of support does the program have within the higher management of the bank, both nationally and internationally? I thought that would be an interesting thing to share with the community over here.
So thanks for that, Nida. Yes. So, I mean, just to give a little bit of context, As I mentioned, our program runs in 8 markets of Standard Chartered, so 8 different countries. And it is one of our flagship programs under our strategy around community investment and engagement. I think what's key really is that during that year, in these 8 different markets, we were able to provide training to young people. Around 1,311 young people were provided training. This is across our 8 markets. We provided $220,000 worth of seed funding collectively. And in some of our markets, it's a startup, but in some of our markets, it's actually to grow businesses. And so there's huge growth and momentum here. And the reason why I want to talk a little bit about the global stats is just to give you some insight about how we can actually leverage our own network, that is Standard Chartered's network, to actually support the founders of Pakistan. So this takes a variety of shapes and sizes. So one obviously is, you have access to INNOVentures, which is part of Standard Chartered, with real ideas, and also sort of looks at providing extra grants and monies to bigger businesses. So you get a little bit of, oversight there. And there's access to a lot of the senior staff who actually help and support people on that front. Also, we are now launching a mentoring program where we will be bringing winners across our alumni together to get international mentoring done, which will also help them expand their businesses from a concept of not only thinking about the Pakistan environment, but also having some line of sight of what's happening internationally as well. And then, of course, a lot of our senior leaders at the management team level, a lot of our leaders based all across our networks engage with our women or with our female entrepreneurs and the winners. There are lots of engagement sessions where they basically not only share their successes, but at the same time are able to hear from a lot of our leaders around their own inspiring leadership journeys. So that's just a little bit about how we can actually utilize our network of Standard Chartered.
Thanks, Khadija. As someone who's also involved in managing this program, what I found completely, amazing and surprising is the level of involvement of the senior management. They do make a point to also ask us at the back end, how the businesses have been going, what kind of support they can do. There are times, they've also stepped forward and said, hum apna network inke liye khole. There's certain some, they're always happy to make introductions within their networks, and at the same time they're also there to provide technical knowledge and professional knowledge by conducting sessions and by just as well as being involved in the jury, as well as guiding these female founders at whatever professional junction that they might be. So thank you, Khadija. This is always so great to know, how impactful this program has been just in 2 years. I'd like now to, take this conversation towards what this program is about, in terms of its structure and the eligibility criteria. Again, the link to apply for this program is www.scwomenintech.com.pk, and the applications for this program are open till April 24th. The SC Women in Tech program is specifically designed for female-led businesses that we are continuously talking about, who are enabled by technology. In this program, up to 25 selected women founders go through a 2.5-month capacity building program where we help them build their business, we help them identify the gaps, seek support and mentoring, and to achieve a proof of concept of a grant-funded project that is aimed to help them and their businesses to grow. These founders then make a presentation to a final jury, and 5 winners receive up to are selected to receive a grant of 1.5 million rupees, and they begin to implement their proposed projects under the oversight and the continued support of both Standard Chartered as well as INNOVentures Global Private Limited. And this again highlights the program element that we just, the support of the bank and INNOVentures just doesn't stop the minute that the grant is dispersed to you, but we are there holding your hand and helping you with whatever you might be facing to implement the project that you have, you've set out to implement. We are looking to recruit the women-led businesses with at least 1/3 women founder. And that the women founder is just not a recent add-on, but has been around for at least 6 months. The businesses could be either technology-based or be traditional businesses seeking to use technology to significantly scale. We will ask you to fill out a detailed application form, which is at www.scwomenintech.com.pk. And the purpose behind this form is for us to assess the nature of your business, the stage of life of where you are at, your plans to scale, and also to provide us some ideas about what your potential scaling project is should you win the grant. Also, at this point, you don't need to be, it's not something written in stone. Once you enter the program, we've also encountered cases when, while going through the capacity building, through business modeling, through the design thinking modules, founders have come back to us and said, okay, although this is, we still want to do what we wanted to in terms of the nature of a project, but we want to do it a bit differently. Or maybe we want to now tweak the idea of our project. And there is flexibility within the program, because we understand that once you go through this training, once you go talk to people in the networks, when you speak to the mentors, there will be a change in your ideas, and that is always encouraged, and that is always something that is appreciated, because that means that you are thinking about it, you're refining what you had set out to do initially. We are also obviously interested in finding businesses that have a scale potential, but also where the banks, grant investment in the business and the venture must make a material difference in your growth. You could either be a registered entity, that means either you could be a private limited company, you could be an NGO, a not-for-profit, or a sole proprietorship with an NTN operating for no less than 6 months and no more than 2 years at the time of application. We are flexible on the registration aspect. We do realize that, because of the pandemic, the registration process within the country has been a bit disrupted. So as long as you're open to complete your registration process by the time the program is over, you're more than welcome to apply. The only catch over here is that the grant will only be dispersed to businesses that has a company account which is auditable. Our objective through this program here is to provide a seed grant, technology intervention design, capacity building, mentoring, role modeling, and most importantly, we would like the seed funded project to be, to be a vigorous validation of your business model and to lead to a fundraising, as well as towards your future growth. So we've had 2 amazing cohorts so far in this program. Many of them are truly inspiring stories in the making, which I would also be speaking about later on. But at this point, I would like to pull into this conversation one of our past, alums, Wajiha, to share with us some feedback, some insight, some inspiration. So Wajiha, thank you for joining us today and to taking time out for supporting this program. It's so good to have you with us.
Thank you very much, Nida. I'm glad to be a part of this conversation. So
SC Women.
So SC Women in Tech, we are right now we are going through the 6-month grant period, and the project that we designed along with our mentor, INNOVentures, and the capacity building in knowledge, that everything that we had from the 2.5 months of the program. So we are going through that program right now. That project right now. It was a very informative experience. Changed a couple of things for us as a business. I think whoever is looking to apply, they should go ahead with it. The reason being, it's the capacity building, the 2.5 months that you're going through. It gives you information on multiple aspects. I mean, it'll help you evolve your business model. It'll help you in the digital marketing aspect of it. From the product aspect, you will get some feedback. Then there are, for us specifically, I'm not sure if this was the, this was the experience of every program, every company in the program. But for us, we found a really good mentor who helped us with our product, who helped us with our business strategy, and that relationship is going beyond the program. So yeah, if you're looking for yeah, so if you're looking for growing as a business, I think you should try it, no matter at which level your business is, at which step you are in your entrepreneurial journey. It is definitely going to add value to you.
So Khadija, Wajiha, मैं आपसे एक चीज पूछना चाहूंगी कि we are sitting in a community where there are hopefully a lot of techies are part of, who have business aspirations, or who are at an early stage of running their businesses. So as a hardcore techie, आपके लिए experience कैसा रहा था when we talk about the benefits of going through a structured business program? You did talk about how it was changing your perspective, but as personally as an entrepreneur, how was it for you?
I think the program itself urges you to focus more on the market and focus more on the customer. And especially, I think being the tech co-founder, I am very, passionate about the product, but there's this one core feature that you usually miss when you are, early in your entrepreneurial journey specifically, that it's all about iterating. And you have to iterate with the customers. You build something small, you work it out with the customers, then change it. So yeah, that's one thing that will definitely help, since the focus of the program is on scaling and the business development.
So my second question, Wajiha, would be, how आपने बात की थी कि how your mentor matchup was something that turned out fantastic for you. It was, Maroof ने आपके लिए over and beyond, mentoring की and everything. So, that kind of support, that kind of somebody with wisdom, how does that help you, firstly, as a business which is starting to scale, and secondly, also as a woman entrepreneur?
I think it's always good to have an experienced person guiding you through the process, and it's also good to have an external view of your business, someone who understands the business first, and then explains to you what are the different avenues that you can take. The capacity building program, the 2.5 months, they are very generic. They are, they are to cater every size of business, and entrepreneurs are from different cultures. But the mentor that you get, that's a very personalized experience. And I think for us, that was the most valuable part of the program. So listening from him, that, his opinion was definitely valuable, and he brought out some points in the, of course, business strategy and product, both that were really helpful. And it's always good to have a senior advisor in your team.
Fantastic. So my next question, Khadija, would be to Wajiha is, we were running this program with you guys when COVID was just starting to come in, and by the time that we were approaching graduation, COVID, the whole 2 waves had already come in and gone. So how did you cope with the demands of this program while dealing with COVID related business disruptions?
It gets challenging, but it's up to you that what do you want to prioritize. If you, what are you doing if you're not becoming a part of different capacity building programs? You're working on your own pace inside your own circle, but if you have to grow, you have to put some effort. So in our case, demand was growing, and of course we had to match up with the program needs and then build the business as well. So we kind of divided and conquered. So some of the trainings I was taking, those some were taken by INNOVera, and then there were some other team members that we wanted those trainings. We knew that they are going to be benefiting them. So yeah, divide and conquer was our strategy.
Divide and conquer. That's such a good point to go. I also always appreciate the fact that when there is more than one founder, entrepreneurial journey it's a lonely process. So it's always good to have somebody at your back. A team to एक pivotal point होती है, लेकिन having the right kind of co-founder to depend on is absolutely irreplaceable when it comes to dealing with challenges.
True that. Yeah.
Exactly. So आपसे मुझे एक चीज और ये पूछनी थी this was one of the few programs that was introduced early on that went entirely digital. Now, being as a founder, as somebody who's managing the businesses as well, what were in your opinion, and you're more free to say both the pros and cons, as they are based on your experience, taking the training through the remote model. How was that learning experience and journey for you?
I think remote is the best way since it saves you time. So, the training starts at 4 and at 3:45, I'm finishing my own task. I'm not on my way to some, training center or something like that. And I think we all are trained now. We all have evolved through these Zoom meetings. So yeah, the absorbing that knowledge, that used to be a concern initially, but I think we are pretty much adapted to that now.
So Khadija, I would now like to take this conversation towards you. My question to you was that now that we are recruiting for cohort 3, in terms of the bank's approach towards scaling as well as energizing this space, the space of women entrepreneurs, what was the messaging and what is the intent this time around when it comes to campaigning? What are the main objectives for the cohort 3 for the banks? Khadija?
So Nida, first, just wanted to check. I'm hearing that I'm not sure if people are able to see me on Facebook. Not able to hear me? Hello.
I can hear you.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, Khadija. You're
Okay. All right. No.
Clear.
I was just saying. I'm getting a few. Okay, great. No, I'm getting some comments in the chat that people aren't able to see or hear me. So yes, so I think the idea that we had behind SC Women in Tech was really to target a section of women who we felt were being held back, whether it was by society or themselves. But we really wanted to be able to reach out to a lot of women with wonderful ideas, wonderful concepts, wonderful businesses who might just be a little bit wary of actually expanding. So I think the whole purpose of us really investing in a lot of the the digital video commercials that we put together, we are also doing some webisodes where we will be having some of our founders share their stories around what's made their business idea take, what's helped them grow. The whole idea really is kind of encourage this movement where women can be, pulled up or pushed forward or taken forward as and take their ideas to the next level based on other women inspiring them to move ahead. So that's basically the theme of what we're trying to do. So, for people who are active on social media, episodes lined up with some of our founders, and they're all meant to really encourage other female founders, other female entrepreneurs across Pakistan to really try and bring forward their ideas. Do submit your business idea, whatever businesses you're doing, however you feel that you might need some money to really upscaling to be our friend, because it's here to stay. I think the pandemic has really taught us that we really need these platforms to really help. So that's what I want to really say, is that we would love for women to come into this program. There's a huge amount of learning and development just by being part of the cohort, even if you're not successful in winning the seed grant, because this kind of focused coaching or focused training that you will be undergoing from international mentors. We've got quite a few coaches from across different sectors, different industries, and that will really, really help a lot of the businesses on the ground. Thanks, Nida.
Thank you, Khadija. I think you've really summed up the points quite well. There are some questions that are coming in the chat. I think we should just address a few of them, which might be for greater benefit. Ramiza Mazhar asks that can anyone take part in this program? Yes, Ramiza, if you are a woman operating, having your business for the last 6 months, you're more than welcome to apply for this program. We are not just targeting technology-based businesses, but we are also looking to recruit traditional businesses who want to seek technology, who want to use technology to scale their operations, and then we can help you how to go about it. आप अपना project design हमें बताएं क्या है अपनी application के अंदर, and then inshallah ta'ala once you're selected, we will take you through the process of how to refine your idea, how to professionalize your business, अपना business model आपने किस तरीके से build करना है. There are few certain eligibility criteria that are the cornerstones of this program. वो मैंने पहले भी highlight किए थे, that 1/3 founder need to be women. The women founder needs to be around, for at least 6 months of the life of the business. You need to have an NTN at the time of application, at least. You need to be in the process of registering your business. बाकी सारी जो इस प्रोग्राम की eligibilities हैं, they are all present on the website that we have specially created for this program, that is www.womenintech.com.pk. So you can find all those details over here. Can a sustainability related business or a startup apply? Yes, you can. We'll be more than happy to take businesses which have an impact element attached with them. In the past also, we've had businesses like Trash It, who are one of the leaders when it comes to sustainability business. In Pakistan, we've had traditional businesses like the Good Food Company, which is a food-based business. We've had hardcore tech businesses like Wajiha's over here. So the community and the alumni network that has begun to form with the 42 businesses that we have already worked with, you will find different sort of sectors have all applied and equally benefited. हमने उनके साथ उनके business models पे काम किया है. We've helped them scale. We've helped them find the right kind of mentors. And the mentors that we try to match you with are the ones who have already worked in the business and there is no conflict in terms of interest. We've had agri-tech, we've had lifestyle businesses, we've had ed-tech, we've had impact businesses. All have been part of this women in tech community since the beginning till now. Any more questions over here? All right. So as a closing note, I'd like to now thank the Women in Tech community, Women in Tech Pakistan community, for always opening up the floor to us, for helping us reach out to more audiences. I'm always available on Facebook and on other different platforms through the INNOVentures page. Standard Chartered is also always ready to answer the questions. आपके पास कोई भी questions हो in terms of understanding what the application criteria is, please feel free to reach out. Khadija, would you have a closing message for our founders over here?
I think my internet connection is a bit poor because I'm getting a few comments around not a very clear sound. But I just want to say, please, everyone out there, no business idea, feel confident to really apply, to share your ideas with us, to share your thinking around how you want to upscale, how you want to grow your business, and how technology will help you get there. And we're very, very keen to hear from you from all areas, no matter what your business is, what you're actually trying to work for. We're very, very excited. We really want to grow this fantastic sisterhood we've created. We've already had around 45 women go through our structure to cover possibly over 65 to 70 people by the end of the year. Thank you, Nida.
Thank you, Khadija. I'd also like Wajiha to now, share some thoughts. Wajiha, aap kis tarike se, because you're very close to this community, being a techie yourself. What would be your message to the aspiring women entrepreneurs watching with us today?
I would say apply. Definitely. I heard you were answering some question that are we eligible to apply or should we apply? Don't think, just apply. Even if you don't make it, the application process itself, when you're going to fill up the application, many of the questions you will not have considered yourself. So while you are answering the question, you are refining your own business. The pitching process, the shortlisting process, you're talking to so many people. It's growth for your business in one way or another. So definitely do apply.
What fantastic advice, Wajiha. Seriously, मेरा भी message यही मैंने सोचा हुआ था. With us as women, it sounds very cliched, but we tend to overthink a lot of things and we tend to undermine ourselves so much. I think this is one platform that should encourage you to just go forward and apply. Take the risk, go through the process. Yes, there might be rejections for some, but we are always present for you to come back to us and ask us what were the reasons behind it, and we always try to make time and get back to you about why there was a shortcoming. A lot of our cohort 2 participants were the ones who did not make the cut in the final in the cohort 1, yet they were brave enough to apply again, and they were part of the cohort. So thank you very much to the community. Thank you so much, Khadija. Thank you, Wajiha. All those who are listening, and we look forward to receiving your applications. We look forward to receiving your questions for the program. Again, the link to apply is www.womenintech.com.pk. And I hope to see many from you on the other side of the applications. And thank you very much for your time. Assalamu alaikum.